Alrighty, what's going on? What's going on? Pro wrestling fans from all around the world of all shapes and sizes. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, for this video, I know I'm a little late. I do apologize for my tardiness. Had to catch up on a lot, but here we are. For this video, 2 reviews. I'm going to be reviewing Ice Ribbon's Wonderland Ice 2024 that happened a couple of days ago. And then I'm going to finish off by reviewing AEW All In London 2024. So, 2 big shows going to be reviewing in this video. So, let's go ahead. We're going to do Ice Ribbon first, then AEW. All right. Ice Ribbon Wonderland Ice 2024 took place August 24th. This was at Korakuen Hall. And we had a good handful of matches. We had 6 matches, and all 3 titles were on the line in this show. So good to see each title defended. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right on into the review. First up. All right, starting off, we had a massive 10-woman tag team match. That's right, 10 ladies, 2 teams of 5, duking it out. Team number 1, we had Misa Kagura, Arisa Shinose, Kasumi Nashimura, Yuna Manase, and Yappy taking on Sumika Yanagawa, Betty Boa, Yuzuki, Anncham, and Yuko Sakurai. I have to say, this was a pretty entertaining match to start off the show. This match also, this was my first look at Kasumi Nashimura and Betty Boa. Very interesting. Definitely liked Betty Boa. Definitely liked the persona. And Kasumi Nashimura was pretty cool. I like her ring gear as well. But this was a pretty action-packed match, as expected, being those 10 ladies in this match. Was pretty back and forth. I really loved seeing... I'm really starting to get more drawn to Sumika Yanagawa. And I hope to see her more. And it's good to see Yuko Sakurai again. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of her lately. Yuna Manase, which, shout out to her. She became the Kitsune Women's Wrestling Champion recently. So good to see her rocking that title. But overall, a good solid match. Definitely got to see all 10 ladies involved to a good degree. Yappy ended up picking up the victory, pinning Betty Boa after hitting a very nice springboard falling twisting splash from that bottom rope. She kind of jumped and kind of did a twist into a splash. I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty cool finish. Yappy with the pin. So Misa Kagura, Arisa Shinose, Kasumi Nashimura, Yuna Manase, and Yappy pick up the victory in this 10-woman tag team match. Very good, very good. All right, let's go to our next match. We go from a 10-woman tag match to a regular tag match. All right. Team number 1, we have Asuka Fujitaki, who has been renamed Grizzly Fujitaki, teamed up with Mifu Ashida to take on the team of Nanae Furukawa and Mayuka Koike. First off, I have to say it was really, really cool hearing Nanae Furukawa's entrance theme. I love her entrance theme. I don't hear it enough. I wish I could find it. YouTube, wherever, I can't find that theme, but it's an awesome theme. So if anybody can lock down Nanae Furukawa's theme, please share it with me, because that's such a good theme. The match itself was pretty good. I really like the new look, the new persona from Grizzly Fujitaki. Definitely comes off as more powerful and just more hard hitting. Definitely, I felt like Mayuka Koike. She did a little something something in this match. Definitely liked seeing her compete. I felt like she did pretty well, especially considering Nanae Furukawa is more of the veteran on that team. But it was a pretty good match. You know, nothing too crazy, nothing bad at all. But Grizzly Fujitaki picked up the victory after hitting Nanae Furukawa with a double underhook slam, and then pinning her for the 1-2-3. Grizzly Fujitaki, Mifu Ashida pick up the victory in this tag team match. Good, solid match. All right. Now, let's get ready for the first of 3 championship matches on this card. Check it out. Alrighty, we had the Triangle Ribbon Championship on the line. Of course, remember, this championship is always defended in 3-way / triple threat matches. The champion, Nanami, from the Diana promotion, she defended the title against Saran and Kyuuri. This was a pretty decent match. I just wish it could have been longer. I wish it could have been a little longer. But I like all 3 of these ladies. Of course, Nanami is also the 3WD Crystal Champion in the Diana promotion. And, of course, Nanami won the Triangle Ribbon Championship recently. It was vacated by Kyuuri Yonayama due to injury. So this was her first defense. Like I said, pretty good match. I like all 3 of these ladies. I just wish it would have been longer. I wish it would have been a longer match. And it was cool seeing Saran tie up the feet of Nanami and Kyuuri at one point during the match. I thought that was pretty cool. It didn't end up working out well for her, but it was a nice attempt. It was a really nice attempt. But we had a title change. Kyuuri ended up pinning Saran with the cutie special for the 1-2-3, and Kyuuri becomes the new Triangle Ribbon Champion. So congratulations to her. I like Kyuuri. I remember it wasn't too long ago that I remember when her and Mifu Ashida won the international Ribbon Tag Team Championships. They held those for just a little bit. But, hey, I guess it didn't take that long for Kyuuri to be crowned a champion once again, as now she is the new Triangle Ribbon Champion. So congratulations to Kyuuri. All right, let's go to the next match. This was another solid match as well. We go from a 3-way match to a trios match. Check it out. All right, some trios action here. We got team number 1 of Yoshiko Hasegawa, Kirari Wakana, and Tsukasa Fujimoto. And they took on the trio of Totoro Satsuki, Maya Yukihi, and Yuki Mashiro. This was a very solid match. This was actually pretty much my favorite match of the card. Definitely my favorite match of the card. And, you know, it was definitely action-packed, all 6 ladies. This was my first time seeing Kirari Wakana. I felt like all 6 ladies did an excellent job. I really love the back and forth between Maya Yukihi and Tsukasa Fujimoto, 2 greats in Ice Ribbon. And, of course, Yuki Mashiro, a former Triangle Ribbon champion. But, yeah, I really enjoyed this match from start to finish. It was very action-packed. Got to see a lot of Yoshiko Hasegawa in this match. Very active. Very active. But, and Totoro, I've been a fan of Totoro, especially ever since she had that run as Ice Cross Infinity champion when she dethroned Saori Ano before she left for Stardom. But this was an incredible match. Definitely very enjoyable. Surprising finish. I did not expect Tsukasa Fujimoto to get pinned. I did not see that one coming, but Yuki Mashiro pinned Tsukasa Fujimoto. She hit that Queasel cult, kind of very similar to what Saki Akai used to do. And then pinned her for the 1-2-3. Yuki Mashiro pinning Tsukasa Fujimoto. I think that's a big deal. And picking up the victory for her team. So, Yuki Mashiro, Maya Yukihi, Totoro, Satsuki, your winning team. But yeah, favorite match of the card. Hands down. All right, y'all ready for another championship match? Let's do it. All righty. We have the International Ribbon Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions, the team of Makoto and Hamuko Hoshi defended against the team of Unagi Sayaka and Mio Shirai. I thought it was pretty neat how Mio Shirai and Unagi Sayaka were wearing matching ring gear. So I thought that was pretty neat. Pretty decent match. Definitely like the team of Makoto and Hamuko Hoshi. It took quite a bit to really wear on me, but I'm starting to like them teaming up. But this was a pretty good match, and anytime I get to see Mio Shirai compete in the ring, other than be a referee, this is always a win. It's always a win. But solid match from both teams. Makoto got the pin on Mio Shirai, pinned her with kind of a roll-up, almost similar to the SOS, or kind of like a similar roll-up pin that Riho does. But yeah, she got the pin on Mio Shirai for the 1-2-3. Makoto and Hamuko Hoshi still your International Ribbon Tag Team Champions. So, good defense from those ladies. And then the main event of Wonderland Ice 2024. Here we go. We had the Ice Cross Infinity Championship on the line. As the champion, Yuri, who's in her second title reign, by the way, defends against Tsukina Umino. Overall, great, solid match. Definitely back and forth. Tsukina Umino really hung in there really well. Definitely got off to quite a great start between both of these ladies. And like I said, Yuri has held this title before. And definitely, she's been doing really good. And I mean, I even enjoyed her during her first reign. I just felt like it was a little too short. But this was a great back and forth match. Really went the distance. Yuri did get the victory. I have to say, I was definitely impressed. She hit the Swanton Bomb from quite a distance. I felt like Tsukina Umino was like right in the dead center of the ring when Yuri hit that Swanton Bomb, because I was thinking at first, I'm like, whoa, like, isn't that a little too far? Can she go that far? And she did. I mean, she could have hit it maybe a little bit cleaner, just a little bit, but the fact that she was able to jump that far from the top turnbuckle, do the Swanton Bomb, get the full rotation, and still land on the target, was impressive. I thought it was pretty impressive. I would have thought she would have had her a little bit closer, just a little bit closer. But still, that's impressive that she was able to, go that far, jump that high and go that far. Hey, I dig it. I totally dig it. But Yuri gets the pin after hitting the Swanton Bomb for the 1-2-3. And Yuri, still your Ice Cross Infinity champion. Although, it looks like Yuki Mashiro, looks like she may be challenging for that title very soon. She made her presence known. Looks like she wants next. Hey, I can dig it. I can totally dig it. I'm down. Yuri versus Yuki Mashiro. I'm down. I'm totally down. But yeah, another good solid Ice Ribbon show. And of course, got a comment, but I love at the end of the show all the wrestlers that competed going around and shaking all the fans' hands and attendance while they have that very peppy, upbeat song playing. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's just really cool to see them just go around the arena, shaking everybody's hand, showing their appreciation and thanks. Like, I hope to definitely check out Ice Ribbon show, which is on my wish list for my trip to Japan. So hopefully I get to experience Ice Ribbon in person. Looking forward to that. But Wonderland Ice 2024, good show. Really good show. Okay, before we move on to AEW All In London, here's a quick word from the sponsor, Game Beauty. Check them out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Alrighty, switching gears to AEW All In London 2024. Took place August 25th at Wembley Stadium in London, England. And it was quite a show. Definitely looked like a packed show indeed. We had a whole ton of matches, including a whole handful of championship matches. So, let's go ahead and let's jump right on into the Wembley Stadium action. Now I know there may be a few, I might not have every graphic, but there's like maybe a small number that I'm missing. So just a heads up. As a matter of fact, like this first one, I don't have the graphic of, but it's okay. First match. So there were a couple of pre-show matches. First match, we had a 16-man tag match. A 16-man tag match. Yeah, you heard right. 2 teams of 8. This might be the first 16-man tag match I think I've ever seen in my life. Or at least I don't know of another one that's happened off the top of my head, that's for sure. Maybe y'all do, but anyway, a 16-man tag team match. Team number 1, we had Action Andretti, Kip Sabian, Kyle Fletcher, Leo Rush, Rocky Romero, Tommy Billington, and Dante and Darius Martin from Top Flight, taking on the team of Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, Anthony Agogo, Arya Davari, Private Parties Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, and the Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Whew. It was a little overbearing. Just a little overbearing. I'm not gonna say it was a terrible match, because I mean I like a lot of the guys in this match. Don't get me wrong, but it was very overbearing. It just, I don't know, like 10-man tag I can do, but 16, that's, I don't know about y'all, but that's a little much. That's a little much. But I mean, you know, it definitely, at least it lasted over 10 minutes. So at least that's a positive for it. But I don't know, like 16 man, that's too much. That's too much. It was a good thing it wasn't an elimination tag match. That would have taken forever. Like, me personally, I don't know. I don't think it should go higher than 10-man tag. I don't think it should go higher than that. Now, I understand that it should be very rare that we see something like this. I mean, even in promotions where factions, stables are common, you know, i.e. Dragon Gate, i.e. Stardom. But you really shouldn't see a lot of 10-man tags, like, constantly. And I'm not saying that that's the case, but I don't know, just feasting my eyes on a 16-man tag match, just, it wasn't a terrible match, it just felt like too much. It just felt like too much. But Dante Martin hit a very sick Mamba Splash on Arya Davari before covering him for the 1-2-3 and giving team number 1 the victory. But oh man, that match was crazy and just very overbearing. It was too much. It was too much. Anyway, next on the pre-show, here we go. Had ourselves a mixed tag match. Team number 1, we had Willow Nightingale, who's the current CMLL Women's World Champion, teaming up with the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, and they took on the team of Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. The only thing with this match is the winner of this match got to pick the stipulation for Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale at All Out. Yeah, at All Out. Yeah, I think that's right. Honestly, I felt like it was kind of obvious who was going to win this. I felt like it was going to be obvious. But Stokely Hathaway. It was so funny seeing him hit Tomohiro Ishii with a spine buster, and Ishii completely no-sold it. It was so funny. It was really, really funny. But just this match was pretty entertaining, and I definitely like the chemistry from Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. Worked out nicely. But Stokely Hathaway, that dude is hilarious. That dude is really funny. Wasn't too long of a match. I think it was about 8 minutes long. Wasn't too long of a match. But Tomohiro Ishii picked up the victory for his team, hitting a sliding lariat on Stokely Hathaway and then pinning him for the 1-2-3. And therefore, Willow Nightingale gets to choose the stipulation for their match at All Out, which I believe the CMLL Women's World Championship will be on the line at that time. So, I guess we'll know maybe this week or, as it gets closer, what the stipulation is going to be. But we don't know yet. So, we have to wait and see. But, Tomohiro Ishii, Willow Nightingale picking up the victory. All right. Let's go to our next match. Oh, here we go. I was like, I know I got the graphic for this one. Okay. Next up, we had an 8-man tag, or excuse me, 5-man, or excuse me, wow, my math sucks. 10-man. We had a 10-man tag team match. Team number 1, we had Katsuyori Shibata, Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and the Von Erichs of Ross Von Erich and Marshall Von Erich. Of course, Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes are the ROH World Tag Team Champions. Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs are the ROH World 6-man Tag Team Champions. Anyway, those 5 guys took on the team of the combination of Cage of Agony and Undisputed Kingdom, which is Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, Brian Cage, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. Match was all right. I won't say it was awesome, but I won't say it was terrible. I mean, it lasted about 13. Excuse me. Lasted about 13 minutes. But I mean, overall, it was a good match. I definitely like the chemistry with the Von Erichs and Dustin Rhodes. I like how they all together did a Shattered Dreams on the opponents. I thought that was pretty funny. 1 second. Let me turn this fan on. Okay. That was a pretty funny segment. I'm still trying to get used to the fact that Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes are the tag champs. That's going to take some getting used to. I don't know, it just looks kind of weird. Not to mention, I found it kind of funny that both Brian Cage and Sammy Guevara, despite being on opposite teams, wore the same exact outfit. They wore the same colors, both dressed and looking like Wolverine. I thought that was kind of funny. I was just like, wait a minute. They're wearing the same colors and they're on opposite teams. That's just funny. But Dustin Rhodes got the pin on Matt Taven after Sammy Guevara hit a Swanton bomb. And yeah, the team of Sammy Guevara, Dustin Rhodes, Katsuyori Shibata, and the Von Erichs picked up the victory. But like I said, it was a pretty decent match. Nothing too crazy, nothing bad or anything like that. Those were all the pre-show matches, although we did have a segment which I was hoping would turn into a match Saraya came out with her family and all that, and Harley Cameron, and they were talking smack and disrespecting the crowd. And then all of a sudden, the big return. The big return that's been anticipated for such a long time, and they did it. The return of Jamie Hayter. That's right. Rocking the orange hair and just looking great. Her music hits. She comes down, pretty much takes out Saraya and the other ladies along the way, and just anybody and everybody that got in her way, she just took out. And then dropped Saraya with the ripcord clothesline, that haterade. And yeah, a big statement from a returning Jamie Hayter. Like I said, it would have been nice if they had an impromptu match, if they got a referee and had a match. But didn't happen. But Jamie Hayter returned at Wembley Stadium, cleaned house, is left standing as the sole woman in the ring. So, welcome back, Jamie Hayter. Of course, she's a former AEW Women's World Champion. So, can't wait to see her get back to the action and get some matches in. So, welcome back, Jamie Hayter. Good to have her back. Okay. Exit the 0 hour pre-show and into the main card. So, the main card started off like this. Started off with the London ladder match for the AEW World Trios Championships. You had the champions, the Patriarchy, made up of Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne. Excuse me. And they defended against the House of Black, which is Brody King, Buddy Matthews, Malachi Black. The Bang Bang Gang, which is Austin and Colton Gunn and Juice Robinson. And Pat and Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli of the Blackpool Combat Club. Solid match. Solid match overall. Saw ladders. We saw tables. Just, the action was awesome. Action was awesome. A lot of great spots in this match. I mean, it almost went 20 minutes. But still, I thought it was a good time, especially for opening up the main card. The only thing that was just really annoying, really annoying, it's like Christian Cage with this whole playing up Killswitch being the low man on the totem pole. Yet there was a moment where Killswitch was on the ladder, nobody else doing anything. Christian Cage cleaned house, but no. Christian Cage was like, no, let me get the titles. I'm like, dude, you have Killswitch perched up on the ladder. He could just easily, just like that. But no, you got to pull them down. And it's just like, I don't know, just playing up that gimmick, it's just gotten a little ridiculous now. Especially to the point where technically Mama Wayne is one of the trio's champions, and it's just like so freaking stupid. And she did get involved as well. You know, she had the little, I guess that was a can of mace or something like that. I don't know, but there was a lot of interference from her, and just, you would think that the Patriarchy would have easily won this, but not so. But very action-packed match, and surprisingly, Pac ended up being the one to pull down the trios titles and secure the victory for himself, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta. Therefore, they are your new AEW World Trios Champions. The really, really interesting thing was, according to a report, supposedly it was originally supposed to be Pac and the Lucha Bros as Death Triangle to have been in this match and to have won the Trios titles again. But due to the swirling rumors and activity that the Lucha Brothers may be leaving AEW and jumping ship to WWE, I guess they had to call an audible. Which I find it funny, being that Pac has had issues in the past with the Blackpool Combat Club, and now all of a sudden they're the AEW World Trios champs. So, but I guess they had to give Pac, the big win in Wembley Stadium. I mean, he's from Newcastle, England, so I get it. But yeah, we got new AEW World Trios champs. It's their first title change. Got ourselves a title change. Okay, let's move on to the next match. More championships. Let's do it. Found it. Alright, next up. Alright, we have the AEW Women's World Championship on the line, as Timeless Toni Storm defended the title against the Glamour Mariah May. So, overall, definitely enjoyed this match. Very action-packed. Was back and forth. And it was just really great to see these two ladies finally duke it out here at Wembley Stadium. Title on the line. So everything I thought went really well. We got to see, the bloody heel. Saw Luther get involved. And just everything was looking great. But what really bothered me the most about this match, like I said, it was great back and forth. Both ladies hit each other's finishers. It was great. They kicked out. It was great. But what really bothered me was that even in the midst of all that, and even the build-up to this moment, ever since the betrayal, all of that, the brawls, like all of that, and even still, Toni Storm had a moment of weakness because she wouldn't hit Mariah May with the heel. And it put a sour taste in my mouth. It really did. All that build-up, all the brawling, like all the sneak attacks, just ever since the betrayal, and Toni Storm still has a moment of weakness. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But it eventually led to Mariah May taking advantage with the knee strike and then dropping Toni Storm with her own finisher, the Storm Zero, and then pinning her for the 1-2-3. And the Glamour Mariah May is your new AEW Women's World Champion. So congratulations to her. Also, shout out to Mina Shirakawa. She was in attendance for this match in the crowd. So they cut the camera on her a couple of times. And also, shout out to Mina Shirakawa, who recently just won the Rev Pro Women's British World Championship not too long ago. So congratulations to Mina Shirakawa. But as of right now, Rose Gold are champions in their own aspects. Of course, both singles champions now. But yeah. So Mariah May with the big victory in Wembley Stadium in her home country. So congratulations to Mariah May. Can't wait to see what kind of challengers they start lining her up with. Alrighty. Alright, let's keep the title matches going. Let's go to this next one. Here we go. So we had the FTW Championship on the line as the champion, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, defended against Hook. Now, of course, we know, as usual, FTW Championship matches are contested under FTW rules. Anything goes. Of course, Jericho had Big Bill and the bounty hunter Brian Keith with him. Hook mainly fended for himself throughout this match, which, I mean, you would think that with Jericho and the numbers he had, that this would have been an easy victory for Hook, especially considering Hook didn't have health until like the last second. But overall, match was okay. We saw cricket balls, a cricket bat. we saw those involved in the match. But yeah, it was, yeah. With the way the match went, and it wasn't that long of a match. I think it was barely 10 minutes. But you would think with Jericho having the advantage in the numbers that this would have been easy for him. But Hook showed his fighting spirit, withstood the onslaught, and even his dad at the end decided to get in on the action. Ended up putting the transmission on Brian Keith. Put the transmission on him as Hook put the red rum on Jericho. Jericho eventually tapped out. And now Hook is not one, not two, but now a 3-time FTW champion. And he can see. He can see. He removed the patch. He can see. And of course, afterwards, embraced his father with a hug. And yeah, peeled the Chris Jericho name tape off of the title. Hook is your 3-time FTW champion now. So, congratulations to him. He got the title back. I mean, what happens next? I have no idea. I mean, I think that probably puts an end to the rivalry between him and Chris Jericho. But what's next for Hook? What's next for the Learning Tree? I have no flipping idea. And honestly, not really that invested in it. But, we'll see. Alright, let's go to our next match. Our next title match. Okay, we had the AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions, the Young Bucks of Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, defended against FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, and the Acclaim, Max Caster, Anthony Bowens. To be honest, I mean, the match was alright. I can't say there was really anything crazy special about this match. I mean, it just seemed like a regular triple threat tag match, you know, featuring very well-known teams. But honestly, nothing too crazy stemmed from this. Nothing too crazy. All three teams got in on the action pretty well. But when it all came down to it, Matt Jackson pinned Dax Harwood after him and Nick hit him with a BTE trigger for the 1, 2, 3. Young Bucks, still your AEW World Tag Team Champions. Afterwards, the grizzled young veterans showed up. You know, James Drake, Zach Gibson. They take out the Young Bucks. And then they take out FTR. Well, technically, let me correct myself. They approached the Young Bucks pretty much like they wanted to challenge for the tag titles. Young Bucks skedaddled, and they turned their attention and started beating down FTR. So, looks like the grizzled young veterans, they won in on that tag team gold here in AEW. Hey, I can dig it. I can totally dig it. Now, of course, you know they're at home in Wembley Stadium. You know, both from England. So, yeah. Hope to see more of grizzled young veterans on AEW. Okay. Next up, this was definitely one of my favorite matches of this card. Next up, we had the special Casino Gauntlet match where the winner gets a guaranteed world title shot, as in guaranteed AEW World Championship shot. Which I believe they get the shot at All Out, I think. But correct me if I'm wrong on that. So, we had quite a number of surprises. The only thing, so the match was great. The match was great. Before I go into details, the match was great. I just didn't understand the rules, because I was thinking it was a gauntlet match. Like, somebody gets eliminated, then the next person shows up. Like, it felt more like kind of a battle royal, but instead of there being eliminations, it was whoever got the pin first. Whoever got the submission first wins the whole thing. You know? So it just, I don't know, it didn't feel like a legit casino. It didn't feel like a legit gauntlet match. If that's, you know, if y'all understand what I'm saying. But it was still a great match. Still a great match. Just based on what I considered what a gauntlet match was supposed to be, it didn't really play out like that. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? But the Casino Gauntlet, order of appearance. We started off with freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Then the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, came out. The third competitor, which was a very awesome surprise, was the legendary Nigel McGuinness. That's right, Nigel McGuinness, competing at Wembley Stadium at All In this match. Which, by the way, he did a great job. I mean, he looked great. Didn't look rusty at all. It was really good to see Nigel McGuinness back in the ring wrestling again. So, good stuff. Next up, Kyle O'Reilly. Next up, the G1 Climax 34 winner, Zack Sabre Jr. Showing up for this match at Wembley Stadium. Also from England as well. Next, we had Roderick Strong. Then we had the ROH World Champion himself, Mark Briscoe. We also had Hangman Page. We had Jeff Jarrett. We had the newly acquired one and only Ricochet. That's right, Ricochet making his AEW debut at All In London. So, really good to see him. He looked awesome, was showcased very well. Ricochet is All Elite. It's official. He is here. We then had Christian Cage. And then, showing up last in this gauntlet match was Luchasaurus. Like the name Luchasaurus appeared on the graphic. And he came down looking like he was going to choke slam Christian. Didn't happen. Faked this all out. Ended up choke slamming Kyle O'Reilly. And then he pulls Christian Cage over Kyle O'Reilly for the 1-2-3. And Christian Cage wins the match and has secured himself a guaranteed AEW World Championship match. Wow. Just with the fake out. Even as Luchasaurus still ended up helping out Christian Cage to get this world title shot. It's kind of a bummer, but like I said, this was a great match, and I really enjoyed the surprises in this match. Like I said, MVP of this match, Nigel McGuinness, hands down. I mean, don't get me wrong, Zack Sabre Jr. looked great, of course, Ricochet. You know, a great lineup of talent. But I gotta say, Nigel McGuinness was the MVP of that match, hands down. Okay. Next up, continuing with some more championship matches. Alrighty, next up we have the AEW American Championship on the line as the champion, MJF, defended against the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. Also, really cool entrance, showing off some awesomeness of Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I have pre-ordered. I'm looking very forward to that game. But yeah, Will Ospreay rocking some Assassin's Creed Shadows gear. I like the backup dancers, and also, you know, doing the flips and tricks and everything like that. Had the red background, had the Assassin's Creed logo. Thought that was really cool. And of course, MJF coming down in the red, white, and blue and all that jazz. The match was solid, but I felt like the match went like I thought it would, as far as you got the countless amount of junk talk from MJF, the countless amount of taunting. So it was a great match. It was just nothing new. You know what I mean? It was just really nothing new. But it was a great match. Definitely went back and forth. Of course, MJF tried to use the dirty tactics, you know, the low blow, tried to use the little brass knuckles, well, not brass knuckles, but the loaded knuckles or whatnot. But a certain somebody showed up to pretty much be the deciding factor, as somebody showed up rocking a mask to stop and take away those loaded knuckles from MJF, who revealed himself to be Daniel Garcia. That's right, Daniel Garcia shows up, interferes, and pretty much Will Ospreay was able to take advantage, and then he eventually hit the Tiger Driver 91, or some folks can call it the Omega Driver 91, or the Storm Driver 91, I'm sorry. But yeah, he hit MJF with the Tiger Driver 91. Bryce Remsburg, I don't know why I said Bryce Young. This isn't Carolina Panthers. Bryce Remsburg eventually enters the ring after recovering and was able to get the 3 count in time. And Will Ospreay gets his revenge and becomes the not new AEW American Champion. He was about to be handed the belt, but he's like, no, I don't want that belt. Christopher Daniels comes in and presents him with the legit title, the AEW International Championship. It is back in the hands of Will Ospreay, and he is now a 2-time AEW International Champion. So Congratulations to Will Ospreay getting the big dub in Wembley Stadium in front of his hometown fans. Really great to see. So, congratulations to Will Ospreay. He is back on top, and therefore, another title change. So, let's see. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 title changes so far. 4 title changes. All right. Let's go to the next match. We got 3 matches left. Let's go to the next match. Man, I'm gonna need some water after this. All right. Next up, we have the TBS Championship on the line. As the champion, Mercedes Moné defended against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I mean, it's not the worst match I've ever seen, but it was a pretty bad match. I mean, hate to say it. It was a pretty bad match. And the interference from Camille didn't really help. But just, I don't know what's up with Britt Baker. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Crowd used to be behind her quite a lot, especially, you know, when she was a heel and she had her title run, but I don't know, just I feel like she's lost a couple of steps in the ring. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. I don't know. I mean, she came back, she had the big pop, and I don't know. I don't know what's up with Britt Baker. I don't know. But the match was meh. She pulled a Eddie Guerrero, which, I mean, I guess that was her highlight. Mercedes bit her hand when she attempted the lockjaw. I was just like, dang, Mercedes, you nasty. But Mercedes eventually hit that moneymaker and then pinned Britt Baker for the 1, 2, 3. Mercedes still your TBS champion. That's all I can really say. I mean, that's all I can really say. Anyway, next. We move from TBS Championship to TNT Championship, which was decided in a coffin match. The champion, Jack Perry, defended against Darby Allin. This match wasn't that long. This match was barely 10 minutes. But I thought it was really crazy seeing Darby Allin come down to the ring with a face full of tacks. Face full of tacks. Even was headbutting Jack Perry and just... Man, Darby Allin, that is one crazy dude. That's one sick and crazy dude. Like, I mean, we even saw the tacks on the face. We saw broken shards of glass being used. You know, the coffin being used as a weapon. A chair. Like, just... Yo, this is... One thing I will say, man, Darby Allin, that dude, don't be surprised if he ends up getting paralyzed at some point in his life. Just the bumps and spots that he takes and does is just, it's insane. It's really insane. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's insane. But even got put into a body bag and then got thrown into the coffin, which Jack Perry ended up winning. And they were actually, the Elite, you know, the Young Bucks came down. They were getting ready to burn They were getting ready to burn Darby Allin inside that coffin. And then Sting showed up. Sting showed up and he pretty much cleared house and saved Darby Allin. But, yeah, that was... Darby Allin, that's one crazy dude. I don't care what anybody... That's one crazy dude. That's a crazy dude. That dude is crazy. But, Jack Perry, still your TNT champion. And then the main event of AEW All In London. This is the big one. The final countdown. Title versus career. AEW World Championship on the line, as well as Bryan Danielson's career. The champion, Swerve Strickland, defends against the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. And like I said, Danielson loses, he must retire. His family in attendance, including, Brie Bella and the kids. Phenomenal match. Phenomenal match. Man, it did not take that long before Bryan Danielson got busted open and bleeding all over his face and head. But man, this was back and forth. What a main event. Definitely worthy of being the main event. And it delivered from start to finish. The fighting spirit of both of these competitors was on full display. And like I said, Swerve, he could play a heel or a face. It doesn't even matter. Swerve is going to get pops, whether he's a heel or a face. The dude is fantastic. Not only that, he signed a extension to remain with AEW all the way up through 2028. So he is here to stay, and honestly, I don't blame him. AEW has done very well by Swerve, so hey, he's investing longer into AEW. And I can appreciate that. But this match was phenomenal from start to finish. Bryan Danielson giving everything he could and definitely went to the max. Took so many house calls, but yet kept coming back. Took so many yes kicks, gave so many yes kicks, still kept coming back. I mean, even Swerve no-sold a Busaiku knee kick and then came back instantly with a house call. So that was like my favorite spot of the whole match. But Bryan Danielson eventually locked in the label lock, which Swerve almost got free of, but then Bryan Danielson took his fingers, snapped them, and then transitioned the submission into pretty much a Rings of Saturn. Very similar to the Rings of Saturn, or like a variation of that. Swerve couldn't hang on, ended up tapping out, and ladies and gentlemen, the reign of the American Dragon has begun in AEW, as he is now your new AEW World Champion. He has done it. Congratulations to the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. His family comes into the ring to celebrate with him. His Blackpool Combat Club stablemates, of course minus Jon Moxley, comes in. Pac is there, celebrates with him. Had the confetti and streamers and all that jazz. Wembley Stadium just on fire, lit up, clapping and applauding, celebrating as Bryan Danielson defeats Swerve Strickland to become AEW World Champion. Now, we'll see what kind of run he has. It could be one of those where he'll be champion until he finally loses the title, and then maybe that's when he retires. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how they're going to play this up, but we'll see what kind of run he gets. It might be a short one. Might be a long one, but we'll see. We shall see. But AEW All In London 2024, great show. Overall, great show. Definitely enjoyed it. Of course, we know next year's All In will be in Texas. That'll be next year. I believe it was Arlington, Texas, if I remember correctly. Arlington. Let me double check. I think it's Arlington. Yeah, Arlington. So All In next year will be in Arlington, Texas, and then they'll be back in Wembley in 2026. It was also announced, but they haven't forgotten about London for next year, because it was also announced that August 24th, 2025, AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door will take place in London, England. That's right. I'm not sure if it's going to be in Wembley Stadium, but it might be. It might be. But at least it's been announced for London next year. So all the UK fans rejoice. Y'all are going to get Forbidden Door next year. So enjoy. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Man, we really went in tonight. But don't forget to check out Game Beauty when you get a chance. And let me know what y'all thought of both shows. Ice Ribbon's Wonderland Ice 2024 and AEW All In London 2024. Let me know what y'all's thoughts were on both of those shows. Did you enjoy them? Did you dislike them? What were your favorite matches? Let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, my name is Jason Ingram. Hope y'all have a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see y'all in the next video and or live stream. Peace.